So nice of you to stick around and all through those 5 minutes of commercials, but I knew you didn't dare go away because I have an enforcer here, and we'd find out all about it, wouldn't we, Frank?
For sure.
We were talking in the last segment a little bit about your background, how you grew up in Chicago. We're good friends with Tony Spilotro as youths. I almost said youths, like in that movie, what was that one? Oh well, I won't think about it now. Joe Pesci and Maria.
The kid, he was.
I can't either. My tongue's tripping, so I'm going to move on to something else. But you were actually kind of invited to Vegas by a mob boss. They wanted you. You'd been in prison, and you were in Chicago. You had a nightclub, correct?
That's
kind
correct.
of doing good,
yeah.
But they wanted your presence in Vegas. So, what year was that?
It was in '78 that I was approached and more or less told to move to Vegas.
Uh-huh.
And he said, Joe Lombardo, he says, when you get to Vegas, Tony will tell you everything you need to know. He said, you got to watch your guy. He needs your help. And I said, all right, Joe. And I left a week later.
Was that about this time when this picture was taken?
I think that was taken 1979 or 1980.
And this is a book that you co-authored with Dennis Griffin, who,
Correct.
by the way, just little comment on the chat says, Frankie, you're looking good. Hi, Dennis.
Hello,
Say hi to everybody. Yeah. So you both work together on both these books that
yes.
are in publication. They're pretty much about your life and the life of the mob in Las Vegas.
It's about everything about Vegas and about my life. In Chicago and Vegas, all the robberies, murders, whatever you want. All the entertainment you need to read.
But not at night before you go to bed.
No.
So when you came to Vegas in '78, you carved a niche, right, of your own, and working with...
Well, I was told what I had to do, what my functions would be when I came to this town.
What were they, Frank?
Well, it was like if you were from Chicago or New York and you were connected, I was to get you like food, room, and beverage in the Stardust or the Fremont or the Tropicana or the Hacienda. I had that kind of power. I could bring you in there and bring it to the boss, and the boss would give you a room. And of course, most of these people I brought in would gamble anyway.
Right, of course. And was that the primary purpose?
No. And then I was there also, the bosses in the casinos. If somebody was cheating one of the employees, they would inform me. And then we would take care of that.
So you would mete out the punishment.
Yes, we would stop that stealing.
Yep.
And in the casinos we controlled. Plus, I also made sure I had a gang of guys that worked for me that would watch Tony Splacho's back, meaning nobody could hurt him.
Uh-huh. Yeah, like we said earlier, I don't want to take up your time with my story, but... we were at, remember, Villa d'Este, is where Piero's is now, but that was a popular place where everybody would go and have dinner, and we were having dinner one night after dinner drinks, and Mr. Spilotro and some other guys were at the table next to us, and I had ordered a sambuca. The waiter tried to talk me into some other sambuca. I didn't know it was Spilotro, and he was like, just give her the sambuca. And so he did, but even ended up picking up that after dinner.
Very generous guy. He was very generous.
Yeah, we went to get the bill, and the waiter said it was taken care of. And we said...
Very generous.
And he said, Mr. Spilotro, which that is when we realized who that was that had been advising us about the sambuca. So
he was a ladies' man.
Yeah, was he really? Oh, I didn't know him personally, but y'all were good-looking guys back then. You know,
thank you.
You're still attractive, and like... Danny says, says you're looking good.
I'm not giving you a loan.
Oh, you don't have to. Just sponsor my show. No, I'm teasing. So here you are in Vegas in '78. Did you ever get married or?
I've been married several times.
Okay.
It's not something that I'm cut out for. The women were great, I guess. Maybe not my first wife, but the other two were all right.
Do you have children?
Yeah, I have one daughter that's fairly old, but I didn't raise her, so. I can't be responsible for her.
But doing what you were doing in Vegas, it probably wasn't conducive to, picnics, family life, and stuff like that, I would imagine.
Well, I don't think it's conducive to anybody that's in organized crime.
Oh, wow.
To have a family that's not going to have to worry about them and then lose the husband one way or another by getting killed or going to jail. You're always living on edge.
Yep.
You're leaving the wife.
And
in an awkward situation, and kids.
And that brings to mind, too, and I've had a number of guests on, delightful guests, particularly musicians, people in the entertainment industry, but everybody who's had any real sampling of Vegas before it became this, corporate nightclubby place. Everybody says they echo that they wish the mob was still. Why do you think that is? Why would people want the mob back?
Well, we actually took care of a lot of people in this town and the entertainment field and people that, locals. I can't begin to tell you how many locals used to look out for us guys.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Like prominent citizens that we might...
Well, they would listen to the police radios and come and inform us if the police were following us. I'm serious. It's like amazing. They didn't want to be known, and of course I didn't want to know them. They dropped cassettes off, and stuff like that.
You talk about that in the
one of the books, yeah.
Yeah, there's a story about somebody came across the street when you were going to do the bank, the hole in the wall. Yes, you were the lieutenant in the hole in the wall.
The bank, the lady in the bank.
The bank came and told you.
Yeah, the lady, the teller.
And how you got the hole in the wall game is you could come up with a game is you came up with this idea of tell our viewers.
Well, it wasn't rocket scientist, work either. If you can't shut the alarm off, if it's located in a spot where you'll get spotted trying to shut the alarm off, you have to find another way to get in there. So I thought of knocking a hole in the wall. These buildings are made of nothing, these homes.
Right.
And there's brick in the backyard. Everybody's got a brick wall.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very easy to knock a hole in the wall.
And so this particular bank heist, I like that I can use the jargon so freely. They were knocking a hole through the roof.
It wasn't a bank.
Oh, it wasn't a bank.
No, that was called Bertha's Home Furnishing.
Oh, Bertha's! I even remember.
Yeah. It was a very, very famous robbery.
Right.
As they say, it's the #1 most famous robbery in Las Vegas. Too bad we didn't get away with it.
No.
It would have been $1.5 million our money.
So there really were some jewels in the back room?
There was in the vault. There was money in the vault and jewels.
How would you know that? A snitch, I guess, or somebody?
Well, we had inside information.
Okay.
Plus, I peeked in there, to see if they had motion detectors in the vault.
Oh, okay.
You don't want that to go off if you drop in.
No, I guess not. Especially dropping in like that. And that was a famous heist. So, I have so many questions.
Well, we got caught because there was an informant on the score.
Oh, the dirty rat.
Yeah, he was a dirty. Well, changed my life around.
For the better?
For the better.
Really? That's
I'm a different person now.
Did you go to prison over that?
I rolled and I became a witness.
That's when you rolled.
Yeah, not because of getting caught. It was because there was a contract on my life. And I seen too many friends of mine get murdered by their own friends. And I didn't want to be that guy. They said, what a stand-up guy. I'm on the ground. How am I going to know that?
How am I going to stand up when I'm lying down in a coffin?
That's a good one. I like that.
It was it's right there. It was right in front of us. We had to go with it. We had to roll with it.
It was very good.
That is interesting. That must have been a little bit of a torment, though, having been good friends with Tony. But if he's got a contract out on your life, and who would know better than you that was not in any fashion a joke, or that could
well,
not
I heard
happen.
it. I heard the wiretap on it, so I know it was a legitimate contract.
The feds played you.
Yeah. It was a legitimate contract on my life. Otherwise, I ran him out of the room the first time he came in there, the FBI guy. Don't get out of here. Because that's, they want you to roll. Everybody knows that. Rolling means, turn it to
yeah.
Right. So I ran him out of the room, and then I said, you could show me something to prove it, I'll consider it. And he did.
Well, I don't think anybody could fault you for saving your own life. And it's interesting that you say that...
Honey, I seen 46 guys I know get murdered by the outfit.
Whoa.
And I just didn't want to be 47.
You actually were witness to the...
Well, I know him personally.
Right.
I didn't bring go there and kill him.
No.
But I know 46 guys that were murdered.
Seems like maybe even the slightest infraction could cost you your life. Is that right? Or is it...
No, it wasn't...
A little deeper than that?
Yeah, it was much deeper than that.
Well, I want to talk more about this when we get back. I really want to know how that turned your life around because...
Yeah.
You know, sometimes things that we take to be really bad things in our life can actually, if you look at it right, turn out to be the biggest blessing.
That's right.
A quick shout out to the Red Roof Inn. They're on Paradise across from the Hard Rock. Free Wi-Fi, continental breakfast for guests. They are pet friendly and they're close to the airport and the Strip. And do not go away. We have a lot more of this coming up.